Hello and welcome to episode 65 of Miss Mando, Ontario's source for the latest in the disc golf world. I am not your host, Robbie Holden, but I am in fact your host, Sean Galbraith, joined by my friend and co-host, the better co-host of this podcast, Mr. Galen Naidu-Harris. Galen, how you been and what have you been up to since you were last on the show, which was, I assume, a long time ago?
Hey, I am not Robbie Holden, but I play him on TV. Sean, that was a great intro. That hello and welcome. You're putting Robbie to shame, my man. I'm good. I'm really
assuming
good.
that I think the microphone's going to short out and it probably will cut all of it out.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, obviously. I don't know how that could possibly happen, but yeah, most likely. Yeah, and as you'll see by the way that I wrote this in our show notes here, a very specific way that I'm going to pronounce and share this news that I won the MA1 division at the White Spruce Open. Rip and rate Friday flex start event with 3 players. But that was the event I played most recently. I couldn't make it out for the White Spruce Open, but I got to play last weekend, little 3-player, most of us MA2 players that jump up to MA1 on occasion, playing each other at White Spruce, a couple afternoon shots on the whites, but was able to take it down with a nice, I think it was about a 935 event average, which I was very happy with on a 35-ish degree Celsius day in early July in Ontario. Also played the Bochi Banter Bowl. They rebranded Sully Cup at Bronte 2 weekends ago as we're recording this. That was the most fun I've had an event in a very long time. There's obviously like a little bit of perhaps a somber, little melancholy undertone to things. We were all thinking of our friend who was dearly departed, in whom we were or whom we were celebrating at this event. I was able to hold my composure, but many tears were shed. However, there were a lot more smiles. There was a lot more fun. There was a pierogi. For those that don't know, Bochi was Polish. There was a pierogi lunch. There were many Polish beers consumed that afternoon, and it was a 4-team event, kind of run in a similar fashion to GTA Cup, where every round it's a group of 2 against a group of 2, and you have a set format. So best shot doubles, worst shot doubles, alt shot, like that sort of thing. I think it was alt shot combined score actually, but like not dissimilar to GTA or SWO Cup. And our team came in second, which I thought was a great failure, but hey, better than fourth. And actually, I will say that my lone claim to fame is that I personally accumulated more points than Chris Brown's entire team. So take that straight to the bank, 6 points to 5. But yeah, there was banter, and by banter I mean trash talk. There were beverages. There was a lot of fun, and I fully expect and hope this tournament will continue years into the future, and we can all remember a good friend of ours who is with our hearts and in our minds, but not necessarily with us on the course anymore. In Bochi, and yeah, I mean, Sean, you said this off the hop. Like, God only knows when I was last on the show. It was the episode we recorded with James Atkinson. I say that I recorded the interview with James Atkinson anyway. So it's been a minute. Fatherhood is keeping me busy, but I am happy to be back, my friend. How about you? What's been going on in your life lately, and how you doing?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Last couple weeks, played a couple events. Played the Otonabee Open. Had a great time. Finished in the top 4, 4th place out of 4 players. So, there was that. And then last weekend I played an MP50 again at the White Spruce Open, the home club White Spruce. Let's go. Finished top 10. Pretty solid. Again, 10th place out of 10 players. So my streak of coming in
the Sean
last,
Galbraith Memorial position.
100%, yes. It remains almost completely intact. I think I've only not come in last place at one event, and I tried really hard, but someone just unfortunately beat me to it. I think that was the Five Sisters Open. Everything else, dead last, having a great time. Both events were fantastic, well organized and well run. Great event with great guys. Had a lot of fun. And speaking of a lot of fun, we have got a fun show ahead for you today. But before we get all over to all the other show nonsense and Ontario recaps and tournament registrations and all that stuff, we're going to drop in to have a chat with our good friend Sandi Hendel. First time on the show. Looking forward to learning about her time in the sport and her amazing 2026 season so far. And so, without further ado, let's get to that interview, and we will be right back on Miss Mando.
Our next guest joined the PDGA in 2014 and was an immediate force in the amateur ranks, racking up 9 FA1 wins in her first 3 seasons, including 2 provincial championships. In 2017, she jumped headfirst into FPO, playing 19 events, winning 12 of them, including 2 A tiers and 6 B tiers. And at season's end, she was crowned the PDGA Rookie of the Year, the first Canadian ever to win the award. Since then, she's continued to be a force in tournaments across the US and Canada, boasting an incredible 45% win rate and 70% podium rate in FPO and FP40. 2026 has brought possibly her best start to a season yet, collecting 4 wins in 5 FP40 events and 3 wins in 3 FPO events, including, most recently, the White Spruce Open. It is a genuine pleasure to welcome to the Miss Mando podcast from St. Thomas, Ontario, Sandi Hendel. Sandi, thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
Oh, thank you.
It's an illustrious list of Palmares you have there. That's quite the resume, and I love all of it. Can't wait to hop into it. But as we like to do with all of our first time guests, we want to throw it back to the beginning of your disc golf journey. When did you first discover disc golf, and who or what got you introduced to the sport?
Oh, my goodness. Thank you for that. That was amazing. My first time seeing disc golf was 2011 in South Carolina at Winthrop. My brother asked me if I wanted to go on a road trip. And I said, why? And he's like, well, I got invited to play USDGC. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, I'm going to be tossing a Frisbee. And I'm like, I can get out of the snow. I'm like, okay, I'll go with you, because he had a friend that was going to go with him, and he backed out at the last moment. So I said, I'll go with you. And then the second I got down there, I said, what is the sport? I need to learn how to play this. So that's it.
And learn it you did.
I did. I tossed my first disc in 2012, right after that year.
So you started in 2012, but you didn't join the PDGA till 2014. Had you played any tournaments as a non-PDGA member, or were you just like frothing around?
I was frothing around.
Yeah.
My first PDGA event, I haven't even had a full round of even practice. I know. I was like, I can do this. Just sign me up. And I think I came in second. But yeah, so that was my first year frothing around. Yeah.
Let's see here. Your first event was the Dream Makers. If I'm seeing this, no, it was earlier than that. Your first event was the Brampton Breezy Trees.
No wonder. I love that event.
The Brampton Breezy Trees.
Yeah.
You played in FA1.
Okay.
Against 4 other women.
Yes.
And you won it.
Oh my gosh. Amazing memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Your first event, you won it. Not bad. A pretty good start, pretty good introduction to the sport.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I recognize, who are you playing against here? You're playing against Kim Robertson, Sarah Jameson, I still know, and she plays still. Megan Donnelly.
Yep.
And Bibby St. John.
Okay.
No, she DNF'd. So, but yeah, you took it down.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. Amazing memories.
Gotta give yourself more credit.
Yeah,
Not second place. Number one.
You were unrated. And then you also won that year the Flats Classic.
Okay.
You won provincials, and you came in 5th at the Bronte Creek Classic.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
Pretty darn good first year.
Wow. That's, oh my gosh, amazing memories.
What jumps to mind when you think of that first year and competing?
Oh my gosh. I always wish that I knew about disc golf when I was younger, because I was 35.
I feel that.
I was 35 when I discovered disc golf. So I wish I was 15, maybe 5.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or you could be like me. Like, I discovered it at 15, and then there were no courses nearby, and my discs went into a box in the basement. I was visiting BC, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I can't wait to play it when I'm home. And then I didn't drive, and there was nothing within 40 minutes, and so I wasted like 15 years.
Oh, that's crazy. I know. I wish I could go back many, many, many years.
A buddy of mine told me about it like 10 years before he started playing. Yeah. We thought it sounded kind of stupid, so we didn't do it at all.
Yes.
And
yeah,
I was like, frolf, whatever. Have fun throwing. Yeah, have fun with that. And then COVID comes around. I'm now 45 years old. I was like, oh, this is actually the greatest thing ever invented. So I guess what? This is my entire personality now. Would have been great 10 years prior.
I know. I wish my brother didn't hog the sport to himself.
Really inconsiderate of him.
Yeah.
But
he played since he was a teenager. I wish I knew.
Just cut him out of the family.
I know. He's out.
Yeah. So you're from St. Thomas. So you've been honing your skills with 2 amazing courses, like legendary courses in Ontario,
yeah.
VA Barrie and Waterworks.
Correct.
And one of the longest running tournaments in Canada, the Flats Classic, again, which you won in your first time playing it. And how many times have you won it since?
I don't know.
Too many to count, I'm sure.
I've also played, we don't have too many FPOs. So I have played different divisions. I've played MA1, MA2. I've never played MPO. I'll never go against my brother at that course. I don't know how many divisions I've played there, but
sure.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how many I've won. The MA1s are good. I mean, they've got good arms, so I can't keep up with the distance they have at VA, but Waterworks, I'll take them down.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did having those are like fantastic courses and very different courses.
Correct.
Open park, dense woods.
Yes.
Did having that around help really sort of craft your game early on when you were getting started?
Earlier on, I would find myself at VA a lot with no trees. And I found it a very lefty friendly course. So I would always be at VA. My brother told me, get your butt down to Waterworks. That'll shape your game. So
sure.
The last 3 years, I've been spending a lot of time at Waterworks, and it has shaped my game so much. So I can go to any wooded course. I feel like it can hit lines. Yeah, Waterworks is probably one of the best courses in Ontario. It's underrated, but you go to longs, and then compared to shorts, 2 different courses. You've got the hills.
Completely.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's definitely shaped my game.
Gotta asked Bon if she had any questions for you, and she sent one in. Do you think it would benefit the community and your game if the locals restored the abandoned hills section of Waterworks?
Oh my goodness, yes, the elevation. If you can learn how to throw uphill and downhill, oh my God, yes. We just don't have the manpower to take care of the hills. It's a lot of work. I would love to see them back in play. it's an amazing course. I mean, just to get on the hills to practice your putting. What happens if you hit the basket and you roll? You know, the
All the
heartbreak.
way.
So I would love to see the hills come back. We just have to have, I think, more people in our club to take care of the hills. But I mean, you know, that's volunteer time, and I understand that, you know, if you're working all day, you know, you want to go out and play. You don't want to, you know, cut the grass
No,
or repair the bridges on the hills. I get that. So,
sure.
but yes, it 100% shapes the game.
In a perfect world, we would love to see that section reopen, but you know, might not be the easiest to do. Might
Exactly.
not be the most feasible. Totally get it. So you were talking about different divisions that you had played, especially at Flats Classic. So it blends perfectly into what we were going to go and ask you next. You played tournaments in FA2, FA1, MA2, and MA1 before ultimately deciding to dip your toes into FPO, which you did in 2016. So 2 podiums in your first 2 pro events. I think it started off pretty well. The decision, like we've asked this question of a good number of our guests to go pro, is different for a lot of people. What went into your decision to jump to pro, and how did you find that transition when you did?
Well, I had a couple good wins in MA2, and with I felt that the MA2 in Ontario was equivalent to FPO. So after I got my first win in MA2, I thought it was about time to jump into FPO, because there still wasn't too many players here in Ontario, but there might be one or two. But I think that was the point that I was like, I can't play advanced anymore.
Sure. And how was the transition? Did you find there were any sort of speed bumps as you got used to it? Any differences in, I don't know, the vibe, the tenor of the play, or was it kind of a little more seamless?
No, it wasn't, because I was still playing against the same people, because I would be like the only player, so they'd still stick me in MA2. So not much of a transition. I had to go to the US to really feel that. Yeah.
And I think you went to the US starting in 2017.
Okay.
That's when you jumped the border. That year brought probably the busiest season of your career. You played 19 FPO events, including 2 national tour stops and a major.
Wow.
And it was probably your most successful season, winning 12 of those events, 12 of 19 events.
Wow.
And being crowned PDGA Rookie of the Year. And I think you were 40 at the time, something like that.
I was.
Pretty.
I hate to say it, but they the PDGA when they announced Rookie of the Year, they're like, Grady Shue, you know, he's like 12 and I'm 40. Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty damn impressive.
I know. That was awesome.
When you think back to that season, what jumps out at you? Like when did you know that you won Rookie of the Year? How did they tell you? What was it like going and playing your first national tour and a major? Like, you hadn't been playing very long, and now you are on the biggest stage in the sport.
Well, I said to myself when I was, you know, the young age of 39, that I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get Rookie of the Year. I'm going to play enough events. I'm going to try to win or come in. I think it was like third, second, you were getting good points. So I went down to Brett Hambrick. I was playing with some good players like Jessica Weiss and Rebecca Cox. And I was like in second place. So I got like so many points for Rookie. So I knew things were going good. And then I think it was in like February, I got a call from the PDGA and they said, you got Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I know. It was amazing. So yeah, it was a phone call. I wasn't really going through the points on the page because I didn't know too much about, you know, the PDGA website and checking the points, checking the ratings. I was just going on the messages I was getting. So
When you sort of showed up to these, like, especially like the national tour and the major events, um were you like, there's players here whose names I know already,
oh my goodness.
and was like, this, and I am playing with these women, this is amazing.
Yes, my first tournament that I can remember playing that was a big deal was Memorial, and I almost had 1,000 rated round, so I was put with Valerie Jenkins at the time, now Doss, Jessica Weiss, now Girthy, and I can't remember the other player, but it was because I watched them on video for so long, and then I'm like, I get to play with you now. So that was like a dream come true.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had that experience on a much smaller scale because I picked up disc golf during the pandemic, and for me, I had no frame of reference. So the Jomez videos and like the local True North content were like same level for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm playing with like
I know.
Chris Brown and like Colleen McInnes, and you and I haven't played Upbeat, but it like these local pros, you go, wow, that's crazy. And that moment of playing with people who you go, wow, I could never do that.
It's
special.
surreal, and it goes fast, so enjoy it. Yeah,
I'm trying. I'm trying.
For me, it was the first time I went to Maple Hill for the MVP Open to be on staff, and we get there like the couple days before the event, and we're just sitting in the bleachers at hole 18, and it's like, there's Calvin Heimberg, and there's Tage, and there's Ricky, and there's Nicola. Like, it's just like,
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all amazing, and the courses are amazing. It's so awesome. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, and then I had the proper experience of the pinnacle of the game too, which is I went to Worlds in 2022 or 2023, and it's like, oh, Simon Lizotte is ahead of me in the line ordering barbecue. Like Ricky is like standing by his thing. Kyle Klein is ripping a catch disc into a crowd of hundreds of kids and then chasing after it. I'm playing through Kristen Tatar and Silverlet on a Friday afternoon. So that must have been a really exciting year in 2017 when you got to see some of those names become real in the flesh in front of you on the course. So this, sorry, go ahead, please.
No, absolutely it was.
I was going to say, like, one of the things we like to do on Miss Mando is like really set the table and spend like 5 minutes talking and then ask a question. And this is definitely one of those questions. This one's got a lot of background, so just bear with me.
Go ahead.
But we start with you and talking about that rookie year in 2017. And not ages ago, but 9 years ago now. And looking through your history, we see a bunch of really interesting events that you've played. One of the ones that jumped out, one of the coolest event pages, I think it might have been Robbie, who is not here with us this evening, said one of the coolest event pages I've ever seen, and I agree, while doing guest research, is an event that you had won in 2022, Sandy, the 2022 PDGA Women's Global Event. The listed location is all around the world because there's 129 events across 18 countries with 3,306 women across 23 divisions, including 233 in FPO. And you had the best event rating of them all, 972.2. I haven't even heard of decimal pointed event ratings to take down the win. And the other piece of background here for this is, and then last year, for the first time, we saw another Ontario-based FPO competitor win a Rookie of the Year award when Rebecca Dawn was crowned Rookie of the Year by the TGPT. So, like, over the last 9 years, events with thousands of women, seeing sort of the next generation coming up, how have you seen the game grow and develop? And what do you think back to when you consider sort of the challenges that the FPO division has overcome and the opportunities that are ahead of us?
Wow.
I know it's a lot.
No, it's fine. Well, back when I was playing, like when I played the women's global event, I didn't know that, after the first round, they told me, but I didn't know that it was for the global I just thought it was just, oh, I'm playing a C tier at Waterworks. And then after I came out with a good round, they told me. And then my second round wasn't as good because I knew there was more pressure. But going on about the growth was, I don't know where it came from. It just came out of nowhere. So, which was good to see. And then you have much younger players, you got Rebecca Dawn and so many other youths. And I'm so glad that they're, starting young. I think they have more experience online and the PDJ events and, the points. And I was, I really wasn't paying attention to that when I was playing. So I'm glad they're paying attention because, for sponsorships and all that, it does matter.
So we mentioned again that you've played in a whole number of divisions. Right now, you're primarily playing a mix of FPO and FP40.
Yes.
Is that basically about right? You sort of settled in on those?
Yes, I might have a new division today.
Yeah, we have to mention that. As of when we're recording, happy birthday, Sandi.
Thank you.
20 years young. Like, wow.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Yes, whatever.
So do you graduate officially into FP50 now?
Next year. January 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
So soon. Next year
and
you have you can move up.
Yes, I mean I could go try to take down a FP50 Worlds, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it from Corver.
I played with her the first time a couple months ago.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised it's taken this long for you to play against her. I guess she was intimidated and stayed in the higher age divisions.
Well, she played FP40 in at the Memorial no, hold on. I'm not sure. I think she played FP50. I think she was just put on our card. But I played against
okay.
I played with her, not against her.
How was that?
Oh, I got her by 6 strokes.
Hell yeah, you did.
Well, it's the Memorial. I mean, you see how close the water is. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah, little winds, little water.
So these days, when you're looking at a tournament and you're deciding which division to play in, and next year you'll have another option to which one to play in, what goes into your decision as to, am I going to play FPO in this one? Am I going to play FP40? Are you looking at competitors? Are you looking at the course? What goes into your decision? Looking at payouts.
I look at both. I look at how many competitors, and then I look at the course. But if I'm the only player, I'm obviously going to go to FP.
Whatever.
Sometimes FP40 is the bigger division. So I have options. So I tend to go where the bigger division is.
When you're looking at or you're evaluating it from a course perspective, what are you looking for in that respect?
The course.
What's an example of an Ontario course where you'd be like, this one, I'm going FPO. This one, maybe I'm thinking more FP40.
No, it just comes down to the division and how many players.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I don't think any course has ever said, I've never signed up for a course and said, I'm going to play this because, I'm too many trees or it's too open or the distance is too long. It's always the division and how many people are signed up.
Would those two divisions typically be playing the same layouts anyway?
No. They usually have FP40 shooting one shorts, one longs, and the FPO would be like longs. But sometimes it could be the same. So it's not too far off. But I don't mind because I'm going to have to learn the shorts or the longs usually. So it'll be the amount of players.
Yep. No, makes sense. And I'm sure, at this point in your career, you've played with a lot of players in both divisions too. So, when I'm looking, and I'm not going to name any names, I'm like, ooh, I'd kind of like to play with X, or I'd like to avoid playing with Sean at all costs. So
Yeah,
I'm going to choose this division over that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's how many people do I want to lose to?
Attaboy. So you already sort of opened this can of worms in one of your first answers when you mentioned that you first got involved in disc golf because Marty's like, yeah, I'm going down to this place in the States to throw Frisbees. And we're like, sure, I'll come along. Why not? Get out of the snow. So in addition to you, I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar with your brother, Marty. I was trying to, I had a thought occurred in this afternoon and I tried to see if I could research it adequately. And I spent a little bit of time on it. Tried to find any of the alternative options, and you came out on top against all the alternatives that I could find. So I can't find any definitive rankings, but I think at 1,923, you and Marty have the highest combined current PDGA rating of any brother and sister. If that's the case, sorry, if that's not the case, I did my best to find him, but I was like, like Val Jenkins, Avery. I couldn't find a single combo that had a higher combination as of today. So,
wow.
How do you feel about that? And this is sort of a journey that you mentioned you got introduced to by your brother. How's it been having somebody to go through it with?
Super proud because he's the one that introduced me to the game. So I just want to make him proud. He's been playing for so long. I just it's hard to have a teacher. He's a righty. He's got a different style. So, for him to teach me, I know it's not easy for, a higher rated player to, teach like an 800 rated player when I was, starting. So I'm just super proud. I'm super proud that, he took on the challenge. I took on the challenge and, we're both proud of each other.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. And so what is that like trying to learn from somebody who's really good at the thing you do, but has a very, I feel Marty's got a very different style to you.
Yes. Well, it's tough because I really want to live up to how he's playing and what he wants me to do. When he sees a hole, I know I'm not going to attack it like he is. So I'm just trying my best around him. So it's not easy. It's I don't know. I can't explain it. It is tough. It's tough to have somebody that you're playing with that's so much better. He's like, he looks at golf totally different than I do. So.
Well, let's slow down. Definitely not way better, but maybe way different.
Way different. Yes.
Yeah, it's, like Sean and I look at disc golf way different from Robbie, but I would say probably arguably much better, certainly for Sean and I.
I'm also a lefty, and I totally get that, those weirdos who throw right-handed, they look at courses totally different.
Yes.
The dirty cheating righties.
But I will say,
the courses designed for them.
I actually love playing with lefties because I'm a forehand dominant player, and obviously a backhand and forehand, even when it's a righty and a lefty throwing sort of the same line, the shots shape differently. But I actually find, even though I throw forehand dominant, I don't always see the lines. And when I play with a lefty, I feel like it unlocks a part of my brain that I'm like, oh, I could throw around that tree. I could throw a sky hyzer forehand around everything that I never would have thought of if I wasn't playing with Sean or Sandi or whoever.
Yeah, it's completely different. We have new lines to look at. Sometimes somebody will be like, oh, easy lefty line. And you're like, oh, I bogeyed that. So that hurts so much more.
Also, I just had to look at your ratings history. You have been more than 900 rated since October of 2017.
Okay.
Like, that's pretty damn impressive to be that consistent.
It probably hasn't changed in 10 years. It's probably pretty consistent.
And Sean has never been 900
not
rated,
even close. I've shot I think like
extra
two 900 rated rounds.
Oh, well.
No, and it's been pretty consistent. You're currently 908, and you maybe a high of like maybe like 921. It looks like. So yeah, like it's been very consistent throughout.
Yeah, that would be my Very, very nervous when it comes to competitive rounds. I feel like I could be at like 1,000 rated when I'm coming to league or non-sanctioned events. And then the second they, C tier flex start, I'm like, I get so nervous. So I don't know how to get rid of the nerves. I still can after all these years.
Well, why do you think that is? Like, you clearly have the experience, you clearly have the skill, you're clearly like basically better than almost every other woman in the province.
Yeah.
/ country.
Yeah.
Why do you think that it's still the butterflies still get to you?
I don't know. I wish if you had the answer, I would pay big money for it. I don't know. I've always been competitive, like in other sports, like swimming or just anything. I like, even when we play league and it's, time to play for bag tags, I have that gut feeling I can't get rid of. So please tell me, what's the answer?
I have absolutely no inner monologue, and so I have no concept of feeling that way. So
Okay.
it also means I don't have the excuse, and I would very much like to have the excuse for why I do so badly, but alas. Looking to this year, as we mentioned at the start, you've had seven wins in 8 events.
Okay. Wow.
Pretty impressive. Also, very, very humble of you to not know how well you're doing.
I was gonna say, I love how every time we talk about something awesome you've done, you're like, "Oh yeah, cool! I didn't know that."
Well, I don't spend time online, so.
Has there been something different this year that has maybe contributed to this, like, just incredible win streak that you've been on so far this year? Has something changed in your game or something? You're crushing it, clearly.
I'm getting older and I'm just enjoying myself more. Time is short, just having fun a little more, but I'm still very competitive. I mean, I can't get rid of the nerves. I still have the heart palpitations before I start a round. So I don't know. I just enjoying myself more. I think I'm less serious than I used to be, and I'm trying to have more fun and enjoying myself on the course.
More frolf, less disc golf.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. If you figure out the secret to the pre-round jitters, definitely let me know. But you've at least figured out a secret to winning, because you've been doing a heck of a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome to see.
Thank you.
And I know one of the things that can play into like having fun is the discs that are in your bag. I know that you were sponsored by Prodigy in the past. I think you're now playing with an open bag. Is that right?
I am open bag. I really
and yeah. How do you like that? Are there any sort of like staple discs? Like we do like a mini in the bag of the things that you can't leave home without?
No. I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I'm able to, if I lose something, I can, like, Martin, help me out. I need this. So half my bag is in a book. Half my bag is, 40% Prodigy. And then I have like a few Discraft. Just a few things floating around. But I just pick up everything. Like, everything I get is secondhand. So it's worked in, to perfection. And I have backups because,
not throwing many discs like fresh out of the box.
No,
It's like, no, it's perfectly seasoned.
I've never been like that. Even when I was with Prodigy and they would send me, 100 discs, I would always gravitate to the older discs. I don't know why, but anything that's worked in, a couple dents in it, usually will.
Do you find that hard? But I mean, you mentioned that there are always replacements available. When you're picking the specific disc to replace something that you've lost, do you find that hard? Like, what? Oh my gosh, I've had that, Glow Firebird in my bag for 3 years. It's perfectly seasoned. Like, how do I find a replacement for it?
Well, I have a good story. I was playing League 3 weeks ago, and my favorite rock hit the basket, and I hit the lock, and it took a huge gouge out of my disc, my favorite disc. So I came home. I had a great round. I think I got this number 2 bag tag that day, but I came home crying and I was like, Martin, my rock, it's broken. It's broken. And he gave me, I think 20 rocks that were like 20 years old. And I went and played with them, trying them out. And I found like 1 out of 20. So it's not easy to find a replacement, but I do find I'm a little lucky because I do have my brother that I can lean back on. So yeah,
You have options.
But I can do it.
You have options.
I have
okay,
options.
so you said no to a mini in the bag. So then let me paint you a couple pictures. Let me give you a couple holes, and you tell me what you're throwing on that hole.
Okay.
So wide-ish, open field, 275 feet. You know, you're throwing a hyzer or right at it. What are you reaching for?
Okay, so if it's wide open, 275.
Yep.
I'm probably going to go with a nice. Oh, that's a good question. It depends, windy. Is it calm?
Yeah, let's say it's calm, and you're looking for something that's going to go straight, or if you're feeling a little funky, throw it on hyzer and just get from point A to point B, easy peasy.
Oh, well, if it's 275, nice calm weather, I'm going to grab my favorite rock.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll just assume calm conditions for these because, easier. And Sean has thrown this in, and I like this. White Spruce, hole 9, long bomb, super open hole for those folks that don't know. But 410, there's some trees right at the very end, but you're just ripping. What are you grabbing?
I have a destroyer. I have a flippy lightweight destroyer. I throw so I can put a little Annie on it, let it S turn. It's going to come back where I have just a small upshot to get I thought it was a 4, but it's a par 3. So
Weird.
I don't think there's no way that any of the FPO are getting a 2 on it. So just to make the 3 easy, I would be throwing the lightweight destroyer. I think I have my favorite disc is a 159 destroyer, star destroyer. So it still has meat on the bone, so I can throw it on an Annie. It'll come back, get distance.
Yeah. Love it. I mean, you're not going to find many people that throw Innova that are like, no, I hate destroyers. They don't break for me. It's like, everybody's, I got one in my bag. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I've got lots of those. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll stick on the White Spruce train because you just played there. Sean is typing hole 7. I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to say maybe hole 2. Hole 2, White Spruce, reds. We're talking shortish, lots of trees. There are some gaps, but you're kind of fighting them the whole way. What are you reaching for on a hole like that?
I played whites, so I would throw an Anheuser. I know there's a hyzer line for a lefty, but I did very well by throwing a fairway, a flippy fairway, Prodigy. I think it was an F5, and I would throw it, and I was probably coming up with between 30 and 20 feet to the basket.
Ooh, I like that.
From
yeah,
white
not easy from whites. I actually threw.
It's really hard. Yeah.
I threw like one of the weirdest shots I've done lately, but I was just like, I don't know how to play this hole. I threw a mid called a Bobcat for mint on like a 4-hand roller, like not a like flip to roller, just a, and like I parred it, so I wasn't upset.
That's okay because you can hit a lot of early trees on that one.
That's what I was thinking. Just get me off the tee and I'm happy.
Yeah, give me a chance.
So Spruce 2, you went the right. You went the righty line on an Anheuser.
Yeah.
Towards more trees.
Yes.
Versus the fairly open lefty line.
No, I feel the lefty line. I feel the lefty line actually is not as wide as I take the better chance. I think the right hand side has 15 to 20% more of a open gap. So I'll take that one, even though my body wants to go the other way.
I clearly have to completely reevaluate my approach to this hole.
Okay.
Now,
and the sport, Sean, just in general.
The sport, yeah. I should also not suck at it. So, yeah. Interesting. Not the line I would have assumed.
It goes
So you backhand Anheuser?
backhand Annie with a left.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you have to commit because you're hole 2. So you're still nervous I'm still nervous to about hole 4. So I'm still having the shakes, but I know that I have to commit. If you don't commit, you're in la la land, in the trees, and that's going to be tough. So you have to clear them. But I do find that line open, more open.
Fascinating. I got to give this a try. Never would have thought of taking that line. Yeah. Cool. I love learning from other lefties because there's so few of us.
I know. Yeah, there's not much. Not many of us.
Jumping in here, Sean Galbraith, Miss Mando correspondent. At this point in the interview, there was some sort of technical glitch. I'm not sure what happened. And Sandi's video and audio are out of sync, and it's a little bit out of sync for the rest of the interview. So there will be times where she will be answering the question while we are asking it. And it is weird, but there's just nothing I can do about it. Sorry. So you are currently ranked number 10 in the world in the PDGA Global Masters Series for FPO. In no way are we surprised that you are not aware of this. The people ahead of you on that list include players like Owen Scoggins, Sarah Hokum, Katrina Allen, Jen Allen, Lisa Fakis, some Estonian woman who's I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I know.
Yes.
Yeah. I was talking to her today, so yeah, I love her. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, she's one ahead of you. You need to take her down.
That's why she was so nice.
Yeah, she's number 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be soon.
Yeah. So, how does it feel to have your name alongside like these legends of the sport who are still competing at the highest level of the game in FPO?
An absolute honor, because these are girls that I was watching them play before I even picked up a disc. So, and then now it's an honor to call them friends. I play with them a lot. They're amazing golfers. I learn from them. So, yeah, I mean, absolute love them.
The context obviously is like very different when you talk about the greatest FP40 players in the world versus local amateurs. But I've heard like a lot of the guys that I talk to that will make the decision sometimes to play like MA40 versus MA1 or MA2. I keep hearing the vibe is a little bit different in the 40 division. Do you find that as well? Is you mentioned things that go into where you're going to decide to play in a tournament. Is one of them sort of the energy? And do you find that's a little different at times in FP40 versus FPO?
I find that when I'm having more fun, I'm not playing as good. And I find that I'm having more fun in the FP40 division. But when I do get back to the FPO division, I feel I need to, have fun after the round. But the FP40s are it's a chill division, but not probably the best for being competitive. So I find when I do play with, they're the FPOs, like Bonnie from Brantford. My gosh, she can crush a disc farther than any FPO that I play with, but I have so much fun with her, but I don't feel I'm that competitive. I feel like I'm just enjoying myself and maybe teaching or helping, and it could bring it down a few points on the ratings, but yeah, there's it's completely different where you play and what division, like FPO or FP40 or MA2. Sometimes I have to play MA2, or I play MP40 in St. Thomas, because I won't play MPO. There's no way.
speaking of where you played, this year you went down to Florida for the 2026 Tim Selinsky Masters Disc Golf Championship. You took a really nice
Thank you.
fourth place there. How did I know that area of Central Florida very well? My wife Gabby, her family is from
Yes.
like 20 minutes away. How did you like had you played down there before? And how did you
love
like
the courses? Didn't love the heat. The heat was brutal.
Awful. And you had major storms.
Yeah, that's
too.
why we didn't play the last round. Well, Martin didn't play the last round. We had, I think it was 6 hours of delays, and we had to go back home. So, but the weather is not fun. Course is amazing, but yeah, the heat. Which, I mean, it's Florida, so I wasn't really expecting the that intense heat, but it was over 40 degrees Celsius. So for me, I'm just trying to survive. It's not even having fun at that point, just trying to do my best. But the other days got better and I played better. But the heat really affects.
Which courses did you get? Did your division play?
Oh my goodness.
Champions Gate, I imagine. Champions Point.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to help you out with the names. Okay.
All right, never mind.
I have.
Are you going to be playing? Are you going to Masters Worlds this year?
Yes. We're going back to Illinois, which is my brother loves. I think it's Northwood Blacks or Gold. Yeah, I can't remember. It's such a tough course. I wouldn't want to play there. I would probably just stay home. But we're playing Sunset and shorts at Northwood. So I'm okay with that.
I noticed you're not actually registered.
No,
for
I'm on the wait list
yet.
Yeah. There's two of us on the wait list. I'm sure we'll get in. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I was looking at the list. Competitor from Taiwan. That's pretty cool. One from Japan. We got Norway, Estonia, Finland. Fantastic. 24 players in the division is pretty solid. Have you played the Northwood courses before?
One of my first times was playing with Evelina, and I got to watch and how she attacked the course, which taught me to throw more mid-ranges on that instead of drivers, which completely changed the whole course for me. So I learned a lot. Well, throwing drivers, I was ending up in bad positions. I was trying to get more distance. When Northwoods, you want to be precise and you want to take a mid-range and like place it in a good area, for your next shot. And yeah, I learned so much from her playing that. I think she was sitting in first after that one round I played with her, and yeah, really taught me a lot.
Is that something that you've implemented in your game more broadly? Sort of disc down.
Yeah, I mean that made a huge difference.
Yeah,
huge. I mean, I think I moved up like 20 positions just from disc down. Yes,
really
huge difference. Yeah. So I mean, maybe I'll use more putters next time. But yeah, I went from just trying to, crush the course with drivers, and you're like, no, it'll teach you a lesson.
What year was that?
I want to say like 5 years ago.
When have you been playing with her?
So not sure the year, but it wasn't too long ago. Maybe pre-COVID, like right around COVID or during. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. So if it was in like 2020, towards the end of the year 2020, or at least that's when that you really started seeing results. That's when you hit your highest rating, I think, ever at 922. And so, yeah, like I would say that there is that what you learned playing with her. It had a big impact in your,
Well,
at least in
yeah.
your ratings.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
my
pretty
bag
cool.
went from being really thin, and now it's thick with mid ranges and putters. So, yeah, I mean, I can't fit as many discs in my bag now. So I know that's, that it's a good thing.
Yeah, anytime that you you unlock a secret of disc
Yeah,
golf
and
is
I
a
feel
good
like that
time.
was when I,
Um,
learned disc down, throw something in the middle of the fairway. You don't have to go as far, and you'll get better results.
yeah, I'm still learning the secrets. I like knowing what you
Oh,
should do and actually doing it are also two very different things. So I'm like, oh yeah, I should disc down here. I should throw a praxis, or maybe I'll go crazy and throw a mid, and then I'm like, but if I hit
13
this shot,
speed. Let's go.
if I hit this shot just perfect with a forehand flex around the outside of that
I know.
tree that comes
Oh,
when I throw a
still
12
have
speed
that.
and it's
I
a
still
I
have
take
that
a 5.
feeling. I get it.
Okay, so at least I'm in good company.
My motto on the
Um,
course is make bad choices.
yeah, and your other motto is you didn't come this far to play less golf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More throws, more fun.
Yeah. Well, Sandy, listen, we have monopolized enough of your time this evening, especially on your birthday. I don't know why you would choose to spend your birthday with us.
Aw,
I barely even want to spend my birthday with myself.
thank
So
you.
we appreciate it. We
Yeah.
will let you go very shortly. Before we do, we just want to hit you with a couple of what we call lightning round questions that we ask all of our first-time guests. So we'll hit you with a question. Just do your best to give us a quick answer, whatever pops in your mind first. And if
All
that's
right,
good with
let's
you,
do
you
it.
can hop into it. Awesome. So off the top of your head, what is
My
your
favorite
favorite
course?
course?
It's Winthrop, South Carolina.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
What is the hardest?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
USDGC layout with I think the women play maybe 2 or 3 different tee pads. Best course, hardest course, love it.
Are you going to throw back?
If I will, and if I don't have a spot, I'll try to qualify, and I usually do pretty well. So, I think they take 2 qualifying Monday spots, so I usually do well. Get a spot.
What is the hardest course you've ever played?
Winthrop.
You like
It's
the tough
tough.
courses.
It's got the OB. You don't know what kind of weather you have. If you have wind, it's tough. I mean, there's holes that you could easily take a double digit on there. So that's the toughest course.
I love that. And I think maybe the fact that your favorite course and the hardest course you've played are the same one probably explains a lot about why you're where you are in the disc golf world and
Oh
why
my
Sean
gosh,
and
I
I are
didn't
where
even
we
think of
are.
that. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, when I think of the hardest courses that I've played, I'm like, I will go back for the challenge and I do relish the challenge, but I wouldn't have them in the same breath as like my
Wow.
favorite.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Sean, I think that might be a first. If we had a guest who's listed the same course for favorite and hardest before, okay. 65 episodes in, we're still finding new and creative answers. I love it. Sandy, one sport to play or watch other than disc
Ball
golf.
golf.
What is
I
that
love
sport?
golf. I like watching it. I don't play it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why don't you play it?
My family is
curiosity.
really big into ball golf. But I never played it, didn't like it, but I love watching it.
What song makes you instantly turn the volume up to max, or a go-to karaoke track if you're into
Well, I like old school hip hop, so I'm gonna go some Gangstar, Work, yeah. That's my favorite. That's my pump up song. Yeah.
Love it. And you're on a road trip. You see a sign materializing at the side of the road in the distance for a fast food place. What is your favorite place to stop? What do you want that sign to say?
We don't eat fast food. We prep our own meals.
What's your favorite slow food place? Is there a restaurant that you're like, if I'm out and about, this is where I want to be, or it's a go-to meal? What's the meal then? If you're prepping.
Oh my gosh, good question. Yeah, we prep our own food, but if we run low and we have to go somewhere, I'm gonna find a Vietnamese restaurant and go have some pho. Yeah, but no,
Nice.
We prep all our
Great
food.
answer.
So we
And is there a go-to prep meal, or is it just kind of whatever
like
direction the
I'll
wind's
make,
blowing
you
that
know,
weekend?
wraps or just anything, taco bowls, and you know, well, you got to be careful when you cross the border what you can bring, like fruit. It has to have a Canada or USA sticker on it. So the bananas are a no-go. Yeah, you have to be careful when you travel you know, south, but here in Ontario, I'll just leftovers, just something healthy. If we stop, maybe Tim Hortons could get a coffee, but we always have our own food. You don't want to take the chance of, you know, eating some fast food and having to wake up in the morning and not feeling well and playing a tournament.
So this is why I've trained my body on absolute garbage food
Yeah.
for 50 years. It's never going to be a risk for me. Yeah, healthy food might actually send you to the hospital at this point. But also explains, if you've seen me, explains a lot. What movie never gets old no matter how many times you watch it?
Okay, well, I'm a zombie movie fan, so I'm gonna go
Sweet.
Planet Terror, 28 Days Later. Yep,
Okay.
that's it. That's all I got for you.
28 Days Later, great answer. Sorry, Planet Terror? I haven't heard
Quentin
of that one, though. Is
Tarantino,
that...
Robert Rodriguez.
Ooh.
Oh, they did. Oh my gosh! Please go watch it. You'll thank me for that.
Yeah, I am now watching more TV than ever because I'm on bedtime patrol, and my daughter usually falls asleep in my arms, and I'm like, I need something to watch while I let her get cozy before I transfer. So I will either be watching that tonight or tomorrow.
Terror,
I love
please. It. Oh, one of my faves. I watch that every
it's on the
Halloween.
List.
You know, it's a go-to. If it comes on, you can't help but love it. And it's got amazing actors in it. So, you know, you got Bruce Willis, you got so many actors. Yeah.
Oh, can't go wrong. Okay, so it is either going to be tonight's or a watch this week. I love it. And actually, this might, you know, if we're talking zombie movies, this might be useful here too. If you could have any superpower, whether you're in a zombie movie or real life, what would that be?
Superpower. Well, I'm getting older, so maybe regeneration. Yeah. I mean, if I can help, like I know my brother's gone through a couple issues with his knees this year, so I would love to help out anybody that can, you know, needs a hand without surgery. So, yeah, the healing power.
First time we've had that one on the show.
Really?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm just maybe it's my birthday. I'm just thinking.
A lot of people,
you know, what can help in these years.
You're the first person who has picked a superpower to help somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of
flight.
Okay,
no.
up.
I would like to help somebody if they're, you know, their back's out or their knees out. I'd like to, you know, some regeneration.
I could be a recipient of that, so that would be fantastic. Deal. Well, Sandi, thank you so much for joining us. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs that you would like to give or any final comments? Floor is yours.
Well, I'm going to start with the St. Thomas Disc Golf Club. Playing league has really shaped my game. We have an amazing president, vice president. They're always there to help. They're doing a great job. I mean, we have two of the best courses. We've got VA, we've got Waterworks. I mean, they'll shape your game. So I'm just honored to be part of that club. And family. That's it. That's all I got.
Absolutely wonderful. Really appreciated having you on the show, learning more about you and the sport. And we can't wait to see however many tournaments you're going to take down in the future. And we look forward to having you back on the show to talk about.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate the shout out. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And we will be right back on Miss Mando.
And welcome back to Miss Mando. What an awesome interview that was with Sandi. Super cool of her to hang out with us for a little bit. Let's keep things rolling now into our general news here in Ontario. As many of you know, it is PDGA Junior Worlds Week, and we wanted to give a shout out to all of the Ontario competitors that are playing this week. So shout out to the following, and a massive apology in advance if I butcher any of your names, specifically last names. I think I'm going to on a few, and I'm going to do my best not to, but I probably am going to anyway, and hopefully that's fine. A name that I think I know how to say correctly, Kai Louis Smith, Course Killer Kai, playing MJ18. Shout out to Kai. Nathan Brower also, and Alejandro Diaz-Yana, Bronte local. Shout out Alejandro, playing in MJ18, both of them as well. We also have Cameron Tabrake in MJ15, Mateo Hill and Judah Jagged as well in MJ15, and Sergio Ricky Diaz-Yana, another Bronte local. Shocking, I'm sure, to those of you that clocked that they have the same last name, Alejandro and Sergio do. So shout out to the Diaz-Yanas. Brooklyn Okrafka playing in and sitting in first place after second round of FJ15. Let's go Brooklyn with a wicked event average, well over 900. Nico Forbes doing all of us proud, as is Malachi Jagged in MJ12 and Xavier Segis in MJ10. So shout out to all of our competitors, doing all of us down here in Ontario. Super proud. We are excited to see how the rest of the tournament goes for you. And fun fact for all of those who have not yet seen it on Miss Mando's Instagram and Facebook stories, we took the liberty this week of seeing how our most rating challenged co-host, Mr. Sean Galbraith, would stack up against the competitors at PDGA Junior Worlds if he were allowed to compete against them. So, for the record, Sean, if he could compete, and sitting at a sparkling 848, would be the highest rated player in FJ10, MJ08, and FJ08. That's it. That's the list. MJ10, FJ12, MJ12, FJ15, MJ15, FJ18, MJ18. Sorry, Sean, not a chance. Care to comment on those ratings and these kids who are running circles around you?
Let's just have a look here. So highest rated in MJ18 is 1,006 rated. That is insane. Highest rated in FJ18, 935 rated. Let's just scroll down here. Let's just go with the 12-year-olds. 921 rated. What's your rating currently, Galen?
I've only got maybe like 3 more categories than you. I'm sitting at a 901 right now, I think.
901. Okay, so the 12-year-olds are beating you there.
They are at most things in life, yeah.
You do rate higher than the top 12-year-old girl. So that's something. So that's I do not.
And that is only until my daughter comes of age to play in that division, at which point I fully expect she will be rated higher than me.
Yeah. And I would also note that in all of my recent round ratings that have not yet been reflected in my rating, it is going down more. I shot a 792 this weekend. Like absolute trash fire of a round. At the White Spruce Open, where I usually do fairly well. Horrifying round. And so as good as my 848 currently is relative to literal children, it is going down, and yeah, it's humiliating, but it's really funny, and so it's worth it.
Sean, I actually have some good news for you, my friend.
Oh.
So I'm going to take this opportunity to plug a really cool tool that our listeners may not be familiar with. It's called, well, it's not called. This gentleman his name is Tyler Teed. He has a website, www.tylerteed.com. That's Tyler tiede.com. And there's a tool that he has created on it. Tyler is an engineer, has been working on the back end, creating different tools and things. Just for fun, he created a PDGA rating calculator that will use the PDGA's formula. And if you put your PDGA number in at any point throughout the month, it will tell you what rounds you're adding and dropping by the next ratings update, so you can be aware of what's happening to your rating next. I actually shout out to friend of the pod, James Atkinson, who showed this to me a few months ago. So Sean, you are adding a 792 from the White Spruce Open. You are also adding some pretty good rounds, my friend. You're adding an 879 from Four Fathers.
Okay.
You're adding an 875 and an 862 from Otonabee. You're dropping an 804, an 826, and a 799. So you're actually going up 2 points to an 850.
What?
So, you know, if we were to
Shocking.
restart AM Junior Worlds next year with you at an 850, who knows? You could be beating the 12-year-olds. Who's to say?
Truly living the dream. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, I will no longer be the lowest rated player in any division I sign up for. Who knows? I'm not gonna count on it. I'm not gonna assume that will literally ever happen, because it probably won't. But where can you, our dear listener, sign up for events where you can play? Well, that takes us wonderfully segued into tournament registrations. Now, there are no, let's call them serious tournament registrations that are going to be opening up in the next couple weeks. We are well into playing season and not so much into registration season. However, there is the most important tournament of the summer that is open for registration. And it is, of course, the Mist Mando Mayhem number 6, going down on Monday, August 3rd. It's a holiday Monday, so you got no excuse for not coming out to play. It's going down at Green Lane in Paris. We booked out the course. It's going to be ridiculous. I've got some new innovations in true mayhem stupidity that we're going to unveil on this course. I may have to get a second spinning wheel of mayhem, just because one, I'm not sure has enough slots on it to contain how much stupidity that we're going to unleash on this course. As always, only $20 to play per person. Bring your own partner doubles. If you don't have any friends, come out anyway. We'll hook you up with a friend to play with. It might be Galen, might be Robbie, unfortunately, but we will get you playing. You can find out all about this stupid tournament on Disc Golf Scene. It's got a link to the UDisc page where you can pre-register your team. It's not required that you pre-register your team. It's just strongly recommended. It really helps us out to get a sense of how many numbers we have, how many numbers in each of the divisions. Sandi Hendel, friend of the show, guest of the pod, is going to be there. Her first time playing a Mayhem. She's teaming up with Bon Bon, playing in the pro division. It's gonna be an amazing scene to watch them shred this stupid course. As always, we have 3 divisions. We've got the pro division, we've got the AM division, and we've got a women's division. $20. Money's going to charity. Bring food, donation, get a mulligan, buy more mulligans. Everything you need to know is either on the UDisc event page or on Disc Golf Scene. Any questions, fire them off to me. Hope to see you there on August 3rd for, of course, the best and most important event of the summer. But there are, of course, other tournaments. These are ones where registration is still open and there are somehow still spots available. So first is the Cold Creek Masters Series going down at Cold Creek Conservation Area in King Township. This is the 60 and Heisers Tour, their stop of midweek tournaments. They always go down on a Wednesday. You can still sign up for that one. Next is the Lake Ontario Open, happening July 18th and 19th, again at Cedar Creek, Newcastle, and Hope Goat. Registration for that closes on July 11th, and that will be a fun event. Next, Marilyn Bell Park and the Dr. Glow in the Marilyn Bell Glow League is presenting an MVP Circuit Challenge on July 22nd. So Wednesday night as part of the Glow League there. This is one of those things where it's a 3-disc challenge. I think it's $55. You get 3 discs from MVP. I think they are either all unreleased or versions of them are unreleased. So it's a cool opportunity to try some new discs. And I believe they're all glowy discs. So stick around, play the Glow League there. The Glow League is free. I think the event is $55 for the three discs. Super fun league there. Next is the Eddyville Open going down, of course, at the Super Spin course out near Ottawa. That is happening on July 25th and 26th, and there are still spots available. And lastly, over the August long weekend, if you're for some reason not playing the Mist Mando Mayhem 6, you could travel up to wonderful the Mountain View course up at St. Joseph Island out near Sault Ste. Marie for the Northern Ontario Championships going down August 1st and 2nd. This is a major tournament. It's literally one of the Ontario majors. It is one of the Ontario tour stops. So you can get points for your club and maybe earn a ticket to play in provincials. Now, what you should do is you should go up there, you should play the event, and then you should drive all night on Sunday to Paris, Ontario, so you can play the Mayhem. It just makes sense. Like, this is a logical thing to do and not at all ridiculous. And no way dangerous, of course, either. So we look forward to seeing all the competitors who are playing Knock down in Paris at Green Lane for the Mist Mando Mayhem 6 on August 3rd. And that's it for current registrations. And though we have more in a couple weeks on our next episode. But first, we're going to throw it over to Galen. Let's talk some Ontario tournament recaps. Where are we going?
Yes, sir. After we are done with our journey from Knock down to Paris, Green Lane, which you are all going to make, we are going to journey to a recap of the Otonabee Open, the 12th stop on the 2026 Ontario Tour at the Escape Maze Disc Golf Course in Peterborough, Ontario, for the first Otonabee Open, which saw 79 players across 16 divisions, battling it out over 2 rounds. There were no FPO players at the event, so we're going to start over in MPO, where James Atkinson shot a 1,002 rated -4. I've known James for a long time, since he was rated in the mid 800s, so I still get impressed when I see 1,000 rated next to his name, but I shouldn't because he does it so often now. James shot a 1,002 rated -4 in the opening round to take a 3-stroke lead over Carter Yeomans. But after 3 birdies in the first 4 holes of the final round, Carter had already taken the lead and wouldn't look back from there, going on to shoot a 1,005 rated -4 to come from behind and take down the win by 5 over James, with Eric Terminisi, shout out another Brawny local, rounding out the podium in 3rd. This was Carter's 5th win in only 6 events so far this season, so maybe giving Sandi Hendel a run for her money. Over in FP40, L.A. Tuck took down the solo win as the only competitor in the field with her 2nd win of the season, while over in MP40, Brock Tierney shot a 975 rated -1 in the first round to take a 2-stroke lead over Daryl Nantis, and in the final round, a 970 rated even par from Brock extended his lead into a 3-stroke win over James Meacham, who took 2nd, and Daryl in 3rd. This was Brock's 2nd straight win after taking down the Forefathers Open as well. So that is awesome. Congrats, Brock. In the top amateur divisions, Sarah Skates took down the solo win as the only competitor in the field, her 4th win of the season in FA1. And in MA1, Dan Bolton shot a sizzling 967 rated even par in the first round to take a 4-stroke lead over Miles Ladder, and in the final round, Dan was able to pull away from the field, taking down the win by 8 strokes for his 2nd win of the season. Sean, any thoughts you want to add on the Otonabee Open, and more importantly, any aces?
The Otonabee Open, first sanctioned event going down at Escape Maze on the Otonabee Disc Golf Course. What a fun time. I had a blast playing it. It was hot. We had really nice weather. A little windy, not too windy. Really well organized and run, as always, by Angelica and the people at Escape Maze. Had a blast. There were 4, count them, 4 aces at the event. Galen can count that high. It's impressive. Okay, so first was Howie Meeker. He nabbed hole 2 from the shorts, 79-footer. Gotta say, like, I'm looking at the distances on these holes. They feel longer than the numbers say that they are. The aces were all on holes 2 and 3, and these are like tight wooded shots. Again, they feel longer, but that's what the number is. It is what it is. So Howie Meeker nabbed, I think, his first tournament ace ever, hole 2 shorts, 79 feet. Paul Mabee grabbed hole 3 shorts, a 53-footer shooting straight uphill. Really nice one there. Gregory Carter also got hole 3 shorts. And then I'm looking at the show notes here, and I see a name. This cannot possibly be correct. Galen, can you confirm that it says that one Shawnee G. Galbraith got an ace on hole 2 longs, 163-footer, a little forehand, lefty forehand shot through the trees, up in the leaves, bang, slam Chenes. I believe that's what it says. Is that correct?
That is what it says. Sean, I'm as surprised as you are. That is what it says, word for word. I do think 163-foot longs is like a bit of a misnomer, but, we'll set that aside for now. Shawnee, a tournament ace. Come on.
My second tournament ace. Always get the ace pot. Nabbed a grand total of $65, which is now $65 than any winnings I have got playing in the pro division this year. So wonderful payout for me. It's really working out well. It was the last hole of the tournament for me. Absolutely shocked that we heard Chenes. I didn't want to go see that it had spit out, and so one of my card mates ran up to see, and he's like, "It's in," and I had to run down. It was so cool. It's on an elevated basket, blind shot around a corner. The disc was standing up vertical at the far end of the basket. Super cool, super cool. And want to give a shout out to one other shot. It wasn't an ace, but it was probably the shot of the tournament. Alistair Robertson, all of 12 years old, I believe. He drilled on camera a 370-foot throw-in on hole 7, which is way longer than all of the other aces combined, I believe. It was a beautiful shot. He had his destroyer. He's lefty. He threw this like big turning left-handed Anheuser that fought out right at the end and went in. Absolutely mind-blowing shot. He got the eagle 2 on hole 7. Absolutely fantastic. Monster shot. And it's on video. It's so cool. Definitely check out his Instagram to see that shot, because it is so cool. We had a couple close battles. We always like to see the one-stroke battles, and we give them a shout-out. MA50 went to a playoff between Dwayne Dowdle and Derek Dawn of the Dawn clan. And at the end, it was Dwayne that emerged with the win. And then the other one was in MA3, where Gregory Carter took it down, I guess, including after he got a nice ace on the hole 3 shorts. Gregory Carter took it down by a single stroke over Duncan Murray. And clearly the ace was the TSN turning point on that one. Well done, boys. Well done, all the competitors out there at Otonabee. It was a great event, and can't wait for next year. And this is the course that's going to be hosting junior provincials later this year, and it is in fantastic shape. So next, I'm going to throw it over to Galen
Perfect. So despite the fact that I'm actually a fluent French speaker, I can't decide if I want to try to give the proper Franco-Ontarian pronunciation here or just butcher it and say the Anglophonic, whatever that word is, the Anglophone version. So the Pointe de Chenes Open or the Pointe de Chenes Open, depending on how you feel like saying it, down in beautiful Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, a PDGA C tier, which saw 35 players come together across 8 divisions. In FPO, Alicia Hums took down the solo win as the only competitor in the field, shooting an impressive 964 rated +1, though, that I'm sure would have had her at the top of any actual substantial FPO field if there was one. So doing the field proud, even though she was the only competitor. Also would have seen her in the lead in MPO, and she went on to take, of course, her second win of the season. And over in MPO, it was her better or worse half, depending on which one of them you ask. Thomas Hums shooting a 945 rated +3 in the first round to take a 1-stroke lead over Noah Rude. While both players played a little bit better in round 2, Thomas was able to shoot 6 strokes better with a 985 rated -3 to take down the win by 3 strokes for his first win of the season. And in MA1, Joey Boucher shot a 973 even par in the first round, a score that also would have seen him leading in MPO and gave him a 5-stroke lead over Keaton Schmidt. In the final round, however, Keaton was able to come all the way back to force a playoff, and after 4 holes of battling in that playoff, Keaton was able to pull off the comeback and take down the win. Sean, over to you. Anything you want to highlight? Any close battles for us?
MA3 also went to a playoff. This one between Ryan McLaughlin and Nigel Tenhagen. After round 1, these guys were 5 and 7 strokes out of first place, respectively. But man, they fought back to take the lead and force that playoff, after which Ryan emerged the winner. Well done, Ryan. Very cool to see them really fight back from a pretty large stroke deficit to force a playoff and take it down. Really, really great playing there, guys. Well done. And I don't know this event before, or haven't heard of this event before, but it sounds like it was pretty good. And some nice scores, some nice ratings. Well done to friends of the show, the Humses. And let's move on to our next tournament, the Winter Farms Summer Frenzy. So we're heading over to that 2-course property known as Winter Farms in Brantford, Ontario for the Summer Frenzy. This was a 2-round C tier, which saw 48 players across 7 divisions. I believe they played 1 round in the Long Bomber course and 1 round in the Winding Woods course. So they got to play all 36 holes of that course. In MPO, Zach Knipe took down the solo win as the only competitor in the field, shooting an amazing 1032 rated -9 in the first round in that event. Like 1032, monster. Well done. There were no other pro divisions to recap, but over in MA1, Michael Walters and Nathan Brower sat tied for the lead after the first round following a 977 rated -3. And after back and forth battle in the final round, both players were still tied until Nathan was able to birdie 2 of the last 3 holes to take down the win by 2 strokes. Super cool. Well done there. Let's throw it over to you, Galen. Any thoughts or aces or close battles?
Yeah, first thought is shout out to Mike Walters. I've played with Mike, I've known him for a while, a good friend, and always awesome to see his name on the leaderboard. It's been getting a little bit higher on that leaderboard lately too. Higher divisions, higher places. So excited to see what he's got in his future because it's bright. Sean, you actually, with your ace at Otonabee, out-aced the entire field at Winter Farms because there were no aces at all at the event whatsoever. There were some close battles, though. In MA50, Michael Parent beat Arnold Winter by a stroke. In MA40, we had a playoff with Anwar Al-Shawi beating Daryl Matthews in the end. And in MA3, Stephen Richardson just barely beating out Zachary Ward. And with that, For our last, but certainly not least recap, we will head to Brampton, Ontario, and the much-loved White Spruce Disc Golf Course. Sean, if you would.
My home course, beloved, the best course in Ontario, of course, is White Spruce. And this was the 2026 White Spruce Open. Let's go, Spruce! White Spruce. Let's go. This is the next stop in the Ontario Tour, an Ontario qualifier, which saw 215 players across 18 divisions looking for a top 3 finish to qualify for provincials out in Kemptville this year. In the FPO division, newest friend of the show, Sandi Hendel, shot a 950 rated +1 in the first round to take a 2-stroke lead over Kat Johnson. And in the final round, Sandi was able to shoot the hot round again with a 926 rated +3 to take down the win by 5 strokes over Kat and Alyssa Saunders, who tied for second. This was Sandi's 3rd FPO win and 7th overall this season. Over in MPO, James Duong shot a 1029 rated -8 in the first round, including an ace on hole 15. To take a 1-stroke lead over Marty Hendel, and in the final round, a stretch of 7 straight birdies for James would help increase his lead to 5 through 10 holes. But 6 birdies on the next 7 holes for Marty would shrink the lead back to 1 with 4 holes to play. An unfortunate bogey for Marty on 19 would give James some breathing room on the last hole, and although Marty was able to get the birdie, James was able to take a par and was able to do just that, taking down the win by 1 stroke with an incredible 1031 event average. Wow, 1031 average. This was James's first win since the 2022 White Spruce Open and 24th of his career. Got that home court advantage. Over in MP40, Double G Greg Brutenberg shot a 1002 rated -5 to take a 1-stroke lead over Brady Belanger, with friend of the show Justin Murphy 2 strokes back of the lead in 3rd. But in the final round, it was Justin that was able to rise above the field with an amazing 1024 rated -8 to pull off the comeback and win by a single stroke over Greg and Brady, who were rounding out the podium 3rd. This was Justin's first win of the season and the 21st of his career. Over in the top amateur divisions, Kyrie McCaig shot a 910 rated first round to take a 6-stroke lead over White Spruce's Sarah Skates in FA1. And in the final round, she was able to leave the division behind en route to a 14-stroke win over Lauren Williams. This is Kyrie's first win of the season and the 8th of her career. In MA1, Graham Drummond and Evan Campfumi, I think that's how you say it. I hope it is. They shared a lead after round 1 following 990 rated -3s with Garrett Ogilvie only 1 stroke back the lead. And in the final round, it was Garrett that was able to get things done with a 989 rated -4 to take down the win by 1 over Evan, with Chad Ecker shooting a 1007 rated -6 to move up 7 spots into 3rd. This was Garrett's first ever win in MA1. Congratulations, Garrett. That is super sick. Well done there. I'm going to throw it over to Galen now for any aces or close battles. Galen.
Yes, sir. I do have to confess that I was just throwing it over you to say Spruce. But, I figured Sean Galbraith, local course expert, I'm not going to get in your way. You want to tell us about the White Spruce Open? Who am I to get in the way? You can't have a brawny local taking you through the WSO. That would just be a travesty. But yeah, aces. We have Steve DeMonte bagging the 190-foot ace on hole 10 shorts, which was also the pound ace hole. Awesome ace to get. Not an easy one either. If you don't know White Spruce, and I assume most of our listeners do, but if you don't, that is not a straight up and down 190-foot hole. Winning a pound bag and, I would hope, a portion of the ace pot if he bought in. Very, very cool. James Duong en route to that victory aced hole 15 longs, which was a 250-foot shot. So 15 longs, also a very nice ace. And as far as close battles are concerned, Rob Young beat Sean Veitch in MA50. Jim Lim and Ken Clark went to a playoff in MA60, with Jim ultimately coming out on top. And future podcast guest and just friend of everyone, friend of the pod and friend of the world, world champ 2 times over, Jane Anderson Renton, was actually in a bit of a fight in an FA60. I'm used to seeing her take down these tournaments by massive margins, but she only won by a mere 41 strokes in FA60. So, Jane, if you're listening, please, you got to clean things up a little bit. Don't let it get so tight next time. Sean, over to you. I believe we're going to highlight some general disc golf news here. Maybe just a little tidbit or two. What did you have you wanted to add?
Wanted to shout out a friend of the show, Sofia Donnecke. She dropped a really great in the bag video from Innova. It's up on the YouTubes, and it's really cool to see her break down her bag, talking also about her disc golf career a little bit. It goes a little bit beyond just disc. Talks about, that whole PhD thing that she has and is not currently using, and why she's pursuing disc golf versus, more of an academic or research career. Really cool video. Definitely recommend that you jump on over to the Innova YouTube to check that out. It's very cool. And it's really cool to see what she's throwing. There's a couple discs. I was like, I don't know that one. That's pretty cool. And I should note that ace that I got at the Otonabee Open was with the Sofia Donnecke Eagle L. It's got her ink on it. You got to get one. You got to get one of those discs. Galen, I still have yours here. I think this is yours here. Or
Sean, I thought you forgot about that, man. I was not gonna. I give you enough shit about everything else. I asked, and then one never turned up, and I just assumed you never came back with it.
No, I just haven't seen you since, and it's been like a year and a half.
I've seen you a few times in the last year and a half. Okay, yeah, bring it to the next Miss Mando, to the Mayhem. I thought you might have forgot about it while you were there, but even better, you forgot about it after you got back. So
I am pretty sure and
I can pay you for it and pick it up from you.
Nah, don't even worry about that. I think a
win is a win.
Got you. Yep. So you're guaranteed an ace now that once I get this in your hand, because clearly it is a blessed disc. Next, we are going to go over to some. We got 2 Pro Tour recaps that we're supposed to do, but I'll be honest with you, we have no script, and
didn't write them.
barely remember what happened at the Swedish Open. Presumably, somebody won in both divisions.
I thought it was like 2022 or something, or I was having a stroke. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Eagle McMahon taking down MPO at the Swedish Open. I wasn't watching the final round, but I saw you and Robbie in the chat saying there were perhaps some lucky bounces here and there, but he's been putting together a really solid run. I mean, 5th at the European Open, 3rd at Northwest. Like, he has had some really solid results the last little bit, and disc golf is at its best when Eagle McMahon is at his best. So I'm very excited to see if he can keep the good times rolling. Taking it down by a single stroke over Calvin, and the pick who was probably done the most for Sean in fantasy, but who he was the least excited about, Adam Hammis in 3rd. And then way down at 5th.
I actively did not want to pick him.
Adam Trashfire Hammis was the way that you described that pick. And he's still safe that way in our spreadsheet. But he has been putting in work for you. And then all the way down in 5th place, Gannon Burr. A rare non-Gannon victory. Only 4 strokes back, but not at the top spot. And over in FPO, it was Silva Saarinen winning in a playoff over Evelina Salonen. At least I assume it was a playoff. Again,
it was.
I have an infant child. I wasn't watching, but they both had Nick 19, so I assume. and friend of the show, Rebecca Dawn, in 8th at that event. So some excitement at the Swedish Open. But yeah, we don't have a script. We're just winging it.
After the Swedish Open, the tour went over to the Alley Disc Golf Center, rated number 1 in the world. This facility has the number 1 and number 3 rated disc golf courses in the world, according to UDisc. It looks absolutely fantastic. It looks perfection. And this tournament was also really spectacular to watch. I definitely recommend going back and watching. If you've got the time, watch it on DGN. If you don't have the time, watch the Jomez. It was really great. After round 1, we had unexpected leader in Silas Schultz, who shot a 1083 neg 12 with a bogey. Absolutely monster round from him. You don't usually see him. And second place, 2 strokes back, was Bradley Williams. He had the round that he hasn't had in quite a while. That was really, really cool to see. And then both of them dropped off in round 2, and we had in first place, tied for first place, Isaac Robinson and Cole Redolin. Cole had let's see here. He had a neg 10, a clean neg 10, no bogeys in round 2. Fantastic round. And then it came to the final round, and it was Raptor Legs time, boys and girls. Ricky Wysocki shot a minus 10 with a bogey, 1071 to, let's see here. Coming into that round, he was only 1 stroke behind, tied for third. So he didn't have a lot of work to do, but he got that work done and emerged victorious in the end, shooting a total of minus 28. Coming in second was Calvin Heimberg, and then Cole Redolin tied with Calvin in second, and Silas had a great final round, moved back up into 4th place. Over in the FPO division, man, it was the Evelina show. It has long been said. Go ahead.
I will say, though, I wanted to give a quick shout out when you were talking round 1, but I figured I'd wait till we hopped over to FPO. To Holland Handley with the 14th highest rated FPO round ever with her first round, shooting a neg 12, 1046 rated. I thought it might have been the highest rated round of the year, just 2 points off of Heidi Line, who shot a 1048 at the Kansas City Wide Open. But holy crap! I would actually agree. It definitely was the Evelina show, but Holland changed the channel there for a quick second at the start to the Holland show.
She really did. Holland, a clean neg 12. You don't see very often where the FPO score and the MPO score is the same. And in this case, Silas and Holland both shot a neg 12 after round 1. Evelina was 3 strokes behind her, chasing. And it's been said many times, if Evelina, if all she did was putt the average, just to be average putter on tour, she would be unstoppable. And that's what we saw during this tournament. She was 3 strokes behind after round 1. And then she was 8 strokes ahead after round 2. She shot a minus 11, 1033. She got an eagle on hole 15, no bogeys. She just lit a fire under her game and was absolutely unstoppable. Going into the final round, she went, let's see here. She didn't have her last bogey was on hole 13 of round 1. She had no bogeys in round 2, plus the eagle. In round 3, she goes birdie, 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 par, par, birdie, par, par, birdie, par, birdie, double bogey. when it
Yeah,
didn't matter.
And that includes, if you stretch back to round 2, 11 straight birdies, 2 to finish off the second round, 9 to start the final round. Just gross.
Absolutely monster tournament. She won by 15 strokes over one of the up-and-comer European kids, Julia Forst, who tied in second place with Holland Handley, a distant second place, and Elise Midling coming in fourth, tied for fourth in 12th with Big Money Missy. What an incredible event for Evelina. She shredded. She absolutely shredded. She was making C2 putts. She was making putts all over the damn place. She was, let's see here. She was circle C1X putting. Let's see here. She was 83%. That's fantastic. Circle 1 putting, she was, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. She was in 6th place in the field in Circle 1 putting. That's all she needs. Like, she does not need to be that much better, because she was 27 and a half strokes better than the field tee to green.
Just clinical.
Monster. Absolutely monster. And second place tee to green was Elise Midling, not surprised, another big arm, but she was, let's see, like 9 strokes less tee to green than Evelina.
The distance from first to second, from Evelina to Julia and Holland, is the same as the distance from second to 21st. 15 strokes from first to second, 15 strokes from second to 21st. Just absolutely clinical.
What an event for Evelina, and it really bodes very well for the rest of her season. And let me see which one of us has her on their tournament
Shawnee
picks.
G.
Let me see.
That'd be me.
See. Oh, do you have her?
Yeah, I sure do.
What a pickup that was. Well done nabbing Evelina, because she's gonna get you some points there.
Yeah, the only drag on my fantasy team right now is an injury. Dear friend of the pod, Cadence Burge, unfortunately, has been out for most of the season. Pretty happy otherwise. Sean is still putting on a clinic, easily in first. I believe, is it just Robbie's MPO is like wouldn't even be beating you. We're doing it by like reverse, so essentially the lower your score, the better. And Robbie's MPO score alone, like ignoring the half of his team that is FPO, is worse than Sean's overall. So, Sean, you're doing pretty well here. You got a bit of a cushion. I don't know. I might have to Tanya Harding one or two of your disc golfers here to give myself a chance. There's still enough time.
But one person you should definitely not Tanya Harding was the only Canadian in the field. Friend of the show, Rebecca Dawn, absolutely smoked it. She finished 6th in the FPO, of course, to move into 10th place overall in the Pro Tour standings. This is amazing. Fantastic. Fun fact. So there have been other players who have been ranked higher in the Pro Tour standings, including Sandi Hendel, another friend of the show, Thomas Gilbert. They've popped up into, I think, like the 4th place-ish range, something like that. But never this late in the season. So she is the first Canadian to crack the top 10 past like April on a year. Kind of cool. Well done, Rebecca. Very
Awesome.
excited to see the rest of her season. She is off to USWDGC in Utah very soon. She's back from Europe already. I'm excited to watch the USWDGC. It's out at Brighton Ski Resort. Crazy, like 8,000 foot elevation. Discs do not what you think they will at that height. Bring all of your extremely understable discs that are like questionably legal, because you're going to need them. like a road runner is going to be like a Firebird at that height. It's going to be crazy. Hopefully they can get acclimated to the height. Hopefully they have good weather, because that will be a really fun tournament to watch. And then I think after that, where are they going? I think they're going to like Ledgestone. Is it already that time? No, maybe not quite Ledgestone. Maybe Iowa for the Discmania one. I don't know what's going on in the tour after that, but they're coming back. They're coming back stateside. We don't have to get up at 3 a.m. to watch FPO, which is kind of nice. Though maybe you were up at that time anyway with the baby duty. I don't know, but I certainly was not. But I'm looking forward to watching them at a much more reasonable time again. I think that is getting close to what we got for this show. Is there anything else on your mind, Mr. Galen Naidu Harris, before we do a sign off?
No, I think that's got to be it, Shawnee G. It's crazy. These things go a little quicker with a Robbie Yap in here, I guess.
It really is. Clearly, he is the boat anchor on the production of this show, and so
people have been saying this for a long time. Yeah,
people have been saying this. So, if you're out there playing this weekend, maybe you are out playing at the Forest City Open.
Maybe you're out playing right now, listening to us on the disc golf course.
It's terribly distracting. Yeah. I hope you're doing very well if you're doing that. But maybe you're out at the Forest City Open trying to get. I think pretty sure it's a provincial qualifier out there.
I think so.
Out at River's Edge at St. Julian's. Maybe you are a junior, and if you are, you probably shouldn't be listening to this show, but you're playing the Wooden Sky Juniors. I think the first event at the new course at the Rock Disc Golf Club out in Hamilton. Very excited to be playing the Wooden Sky Open there later in August. Maybe you are playing the Daredevil 66 Aces out at Mohawk. Sounds like a really fun event where they're setting up like 11 99-foot holes, and it's just all ace runs with some Daredevil discs. Very cool. Maybe you're playing the Little Heisers event out at the Forefathers Brewery, or the Cold Creek Extravaganza 3, which still has registration available for it up at Cold Creek Conservation Area. Or maybe you are lucky and you are up playing the Blueberry Brawl, one of the best events of the calendar season, up in Sudbury. I don't know, wherever you're playing, I hope you're having a good time. I hope you get some aces so we can shout them out here on the show. And that's going to do it for us. It's going to do it for episode 65. Thank you so much for Sandi Hendel coming on the show for a chat. We really appreciated having her on. It was great to learn more about her disc golf career. And thank you to you, our dear listener, for listening to us. And that will do it for us here on Miss Mando. And we will see you out on the course.
Never gets old.